Hello and welcome back, artists and designers. I wanted to take a moment here in this video and talk a little bit about using the pen tool and the curvature tool for some other details in our robot. So some things you'll be able to build out of the simple shapes, the rectangle, the rounded rectangle, ellipse, etc. Sometimes you might want to use the pen tool or the curvature tool. So let's try that here for a couple different parts. I'm going to build this kind of trapezoid chest shape, and I think honestly the easiest thing to do is probably to use the pen tool. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the pen tool, and I'm going to go right over here to my center line, and I'm going to click on that, and then I'm going to go over here, and I can look for those smart guides. You can also hold the shift key down. The shift key is going to kind of lock it into those 45-degree increments for you. So shift key, click over here. I'm going to go down here, click once, and go over to my center line and click one more time, and then I'll go ahead and just close that shape up right there. So I've just built half of that trapezoid shape with my pen tool. And now I'm simply going to use that same reflect trick. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the shape. I'm going to click on the reflect tool. And rather than having the center point right here, I'm going to go to my line of symmetry. I'm going to hold the Alt key, and I'm going to click once. And it's going to flip along that vertical. I'll hit make a copy. I'm going to select both parts, and I'll go ahead and merge those together with my shape builder. And there we go. I've now merged that together. I'm going to go ahead and knock that stroke down a little bit too. Oops. Click on that, knock that stroke down a little bit, and up to maybe 2 points. I think that's what the other one was. Okay, let's do these curved parts here. I could use the curvature tool or the pen tool and click and drag. I'll go ahead and use the curvature tool, and let's see what we come up with here. So let's do these hoses. Let's click once here. And then let's click in the middle, and then let's click at the bottom. And honestly, that looks pretty good. And again, since we want to get out of this tool now, we don't want to make any more, we'll go ahead and hit escape to kind of escape that tool. Let's go ahead and just thicken this stroke up a lot. So I'll go ahead and click, 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 and kind of thicken that up until it's about the size that I want. Let's click off the curvature tool so it's not constantly selecting for us. And I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to go over here. We have looked at this menu before, but if I click on the word stroke, you're going to notice there are some other options in here. One of them is the capping. So if I click on this, you'll notice those ends go round, which is a nice little feature to kind of add to that. You can also play around with the profile. So you can explore if you want to make this a little thicker or thinner. There are some fun things that you can explore in here. I don't think any of these are particularly what I want for this. I'll go ahead and leave it just as the normal profile here with the rounded cap on it, but that's kind of fun to be able to go ahead and do. Now I'm going to do my same reflect trick. So let's go ahead and take this, hold Alt, we'll make a copy right here. I can readjust it a little bit and maybe go something like this. I'll bring that stroke back up to the 6 point or 7 point. What was this one? 7 point. And now I have both of those. So I'm going to hold Shift, make sure they're both selected, my reflect tool, line of symmetry, the Alt key, and copy. And now I get that other copy that floats right over there, and that makes my life a lot easier. One more thing I could show you to do here before we move on. Let's take these arms, for example. I have these kind of thin arms here. I might just want to build the base part of the arms with a pen tool. And I could do one single click right down here like that. Maybe I want to adjust this anchor point a little bit here. And I'm going to go ahead and take this and just, again, thicken this up. Make that a little bit thicker. I'm going to put my circles and things over top of that to kind of adjust that from there. And that gives me the ability to, kind of manipulate this arm.